Saturday, this will be a very, very exciting fight.
This is the biggest event that's been here in 30 years.
He is the reigning and defending WBC light heavyweight champion of the world, Adonis Superman Stevenson.
I'm looking for the knockout, so don't blink.
The challenger for Saturday night's main event, Badou Jack the Ripper.
I'm all about the big fights and all about the big money. You know, he's one of the best, so I want to fight. I'm all about fighting the best. Yeah, you're going to have a new champion.
2 champions, 2 lions, going to go out there and put it all on the line for you all.
Badou, are you ready?
Definitely ready.
Love a little trash talk that you usually see at the Pressure. That was right here at the Rec Room yesterday when Adonis Stevenson is getting set to make his 9th title defense against Badou Jack for the light heavyweight belt. It's big-time boxing here in Toronto, something the city hasn't seen in 30 years. But before either can take their corner at the ACC, they've got to weigh in, and that happened earlier this afternoon.
Let's welcome Badou Jack the Ripper.
Jack was the first to tip the scales and came in even with the max requirement for a light heavyweight boxer of 175 pounds, while Montreal's Stevenson came in a few pounds later at 173.4. Jack relinquished his light heavyweight title for the chance to challenge Superman, who at 40 years old is the longest reigning champ in the division and 2nd longest reigning champ in boxing, period. The Montreal native throws a serious southpaw and is considered to be one of the hardest hitters in the biz, but Stevenson might not have the kind of Canadian crowd advantage you'd expect. Jack is younger, bigger, and promoted by Floyd Mayweather, whose name brings loads of star power and a serious following. Co-promoter Lee Baxter, who is a huge part of the Toronto boxing community, says it's going to be a closer match than you might think.
My prediction, and I hate picking sides just because I'm close now, very close with both sides, but if I was a bookie, I'd say within 3 rounds, Jack gets knocked out, or Jack wins on a decision.
So you could go the distance.
It's a 50-50 fight. One guy is a very, very skilled boxer, and the other one has devastating power. If that one punch lands in 36 minutes, it could be over. And now age might play a factor, and over the course of the rounds, breaking them down, maybe that power gets diminished. But I would say the first few rounds, do not go up to get a drink, because it could end real quick.
Thought it was cool to see Patrice Volney and Kane Herron up here, fighters you work directly with. How do you expect them to do tomorrow?
Both those fighters are stars in the making. I've got guys in my stable that still, I don't think they're ready for a platform this big. Not talent-wise, but just it's a little bit overwhelming. These guys are stars. This is the best time for them to shine. They both provide the best fight when they got tough opposition, a huge crowd. They're the same type of people. When there's an opportunity, they always capitalize. So I think they might have two of the 3 best fights of the night, and I would say that Badou Jack and Stevenson's going to be number 1.
Put on a show.
Yeah.
Well, you promised you'd bring big fighting, big boxing back to Toronto, and you've done it now, Lee. So congrats.
We were talking about, what, a year ago at the gym?
I know, and here we are, so it's pretty cool to be here. Congrats.
And thank you, and thanks City TV for coming along for the ride. You guys supported me from the beginning.
So the card, of course, features 9 other bouts. I mentioned those 2 Canadian fighters who are part of Lee Baxter's stable. They'll be fighting as well. They're going to make the ACC a little bit more intimate. They're trying to fill 6,000 seats. So if you don't have any Saturday night plans yet, I suggest you support boxing here in Toronto and check out the fights.